Good morning, student. It is your second revision class. Today I am going to discuss the problem related to the linear searching. In last class, we have discussed the two kind of sorting. In linear searching, you have to find out the desired element from the given array. In this kind of programs, the array elements are arranged in the any order. Means it is not compulsory that the array's elements are arranged in the ascending or descending order. So in this program we have two list of elements. The program is write a program to initialize the seven wonders of the world along with their location in two different array. Search for the name of the country input by the user. If found, display the name of the country along with its wonder. Otherwise, display sorry not found. So it means two arrays you have to initialize. One array will contain the name of city, which is defined by the location, and another array will contain the name of the seven wonder, which is defined by the seven wonders array. What you have to do? You have to search the name of the country. According to the given program, you have to search the name of the country. It means you have to apply your searching on the array where name of the countries are exist. So here you have to find out the name of country from this array, and if you are able to find out the name of the country from this array, you have to display the name of the country along with the seven wonder. The name that you want to search from the given array should be entered by the user because it is given in the program. Search the name of the country input by the user. So that value should be entered by the user that you want to search from the given array. So first of all, you have to initialize the array. How to write the program? In program, first of all, you have to declare a string array. This array name is W. It is a string array, and because all values are given in program, so you have to initialize the array with all these values. And second array L, it is initialized by all different value that will contain the name of the country. After declaring these two array, we have to take the input from the user. For this purpose, simply you have to use a scanner class. You can use a scanner and buffer reader both, but the scanner is more convenient to use. That's why we have to use a scanner class. Scanner class syntax is very easy to apply. Then taking the input from the user, s variable we have declared. This is a string type of the variable that we have already declared. This string type of variable will accept the value that entered by the user. Next line method we have used here, that is belongs to the scanner class because that name can contain the space also. Um, but in this case, you can use the next method also because all names having no space, like Mexico, Brazil, India, these having no space. So you can use the next method also. So it is up to your choice what method you want to use. Both will work similar way. After taking the input from the user, you have to apply the loop for the searching. So simply one boolean variable has taken here that has initialized with the false value. Initial value of this boolean variable is false. Its name is flag. Then apply the loop that will work up to the len. Len is what? It is the length of the array. In place of len, you can use the 7 also because this array will contain the 7 elements. How many elements will contain by this array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can apply the loop from I is equal to 0 to I is less than 7. Otherwise, we can apply the loop I is equal to 0 to I is less than len. Len is equal to w dot length. Means here you have to find out the length of the array. So it will work for any kind of the array. If it will contain the another number of the elements, so it will give the total number of the element contained by the array. Inside the loop, we have to check out that from where your element is existing. So for this purpose, uh, we have to use the equals or equals ignore case method. Equals ignore case method you have to use here because it will ignore the case. Means if user will enter the value in small case, then it will also compare with the values existing in the given array. So to ignore the case means it will not consider the small and capital letter. Small and capital letter will uh, consider in the similar manner. So s dot equals ignore case li is the array. Li means element of this L array, because when this loop will work, I will start from the 0 to len or I is equal to 0 to 7. So first of all the I will take the value 0, so it will compare by the first element. So whatever value is saved in the s, it will be compared with the li. Li means l0 in for first case l0, and then if it is true, then it will be printed here. Both value will be printed because according to this given program, it is asked that you have to print the location and you have to print the vendor's name along with the location. So here we have to print the value from both of the array. We have to apply the searching for the L array. L, L array, from the L array you have to find out the element, and whatever index you will find out, that will be printed from the both array. So first of all the L array, li will be printed and wi will be printed, and then flag is equal to true and break. Value of the flag will be changed and it will break the loop. It means your searching has completed. That's why you have to apply the break statement. So after coming out from loop, this flag variable value will be checked. If it is false, then that sorry not found statement will be printed. Why flag is equal to false is sorry not found statement printed? Because here we have mentioned that when your searching has completed, the flag will change its value and it will become true. True value will be assigned to the flag variable. So if you are able to find out the element from the given array, then flag having value true. But if flag having value false, it means the element has not searched. It is not existing in the given array. It means it is not existing in the given array, so flag will remain false. Means this particular statement will not execute. This s dot equals ignore and li equals ignore case li will not execute. When it will not execute, and when this statement will false, if this element is not existing in the given array, means f s will not match with the li. So whatever value entered by the user, if it is not matched with the value in the given array, then value of the flag will not change. It means this statement will not execute. So if this remain false, then this statement will not execute. It means value of the flag will remain false. Then it will print the sorry not found statement. So if element will found in the given array, then this statement will execute. Both values from the given array will be printed. And if it is not found in the given array, then this particular statement will execute. Okay. So now in this manner you are able to find out the desired element from the given array. This kind of the searching is called the linear searching. Why it is called the linear searching? Because in this case, whatever loop we are going to apply, it will work from the 0 to the last element of the array. means each and every element will be checked, and when you will find out your desired element, then your searching will stop. Means linearly values, all values will be checked from the very beginning. From the first elements, the value will be checked from the given array. That's why it's called the linear searching. It will take the time if your element is existing as a last element of the given array. So that's why this searching is not preferable for many cases, because it will take time and it will take more execution time. So that binary searching will be less preferable, but it is easy to understand, and very simple programming is there. That's why in some cases in it will be applied when your array is not very will contain the large number of the element. If you have a small number of the elements, then it will be the better choice, because your uh, coding statement are not so lengthy. If you are applying the another kind of the searching like the binary searching, in that cases the coding statement will be little bit lengthy, so it will not preferable. But if your list is long, then the linear searching will take the more time as compared to the binary searching. So the most of the cases the binary searching will be preferable. So take care of the steps what we have to follow to apply the linear searching. First of all, we have to declare the array elements, then we have to take the input from the user. This flag variable we have declared here, it is a boolean type. So some of the student having confusion the why we have declared the boolean type. You can declare in another type also, like integer. So if you are taking as integer type and initial value is 0, and when you are coming inside the loop, that value will be changed. Ultimately what we have to do, this variable is used to check that whether elements are existing in the given array or not. If it is an integer element and we have initialized it with 0, and inside the loop if you are changing it to the 1, so it should be checked like this, if a flag is remains 0, then sorry not found statement will be printed. So it is not compulsory that you have to declare this variable as a boolean variable. This variable is simply checking the um, ch- checking that the desired element is existing in the given array or not. So this kind of the concept you have to follow. This is your logic for linear searching. So next class we will discuss the binary searching and do the practice of the linear searching related problem. In most of the cases the linear searching will be asked with the two arrays, and if string arrays if it is applied on the string array, then we have to use the equals ignore case or equals method. But if it is asked with the integer array, double array, or float array or character array, then you have to use the double equal method here. S dot double equal will be used if S is the integer, double or float. But as a string, that's why we have to use the equal ignore case. That's why I have discussed this problem here, because you people having confusions that if array is declared as a string, then what kind of the method we have to apply. So take care of this thing, that if you are taking the string arrays, and you have to use the string method like equals ignore case or equals method. But if it is an integer arrays, then you have to use the simple relational operator double equal. It's clear. So in all types of the programs, you should take care of the uh, difference between the difference between the different kind of the arrays. Which kind of the array you are using: string array, double array, float array, or a boolean array. So then according to the given type, you have to apply your logic. So this is all for today. Do the practice of related problems. Find out the related problem from the specimen papers or previous year question paper. Do the practice. Thank you and have a nice day.